Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson, and we're continuing our series to review for the New York State Grade 7 Mathematical Exam. This is our fourth show, and let us continue with, remember, if you need help with any of your homework, you can dial a teacher at the Homework Help Hotline at 212-777-3380. That's 212-777-3380 between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. You can also watch Math Time. That's our show that we have every Tuesday from 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Cablevision Channel 15, IO Digital Cable. All right, so let's get started. What is the negative root of 196? So when we're talking about negative root, we're talking about a number that will be a square root of 196. So here we have 196, and we want the negative answer. So we have to figure out what times what is 196. Well, let's use our times table. 12 times 12 is 144. 13 times 13 is 169. I'm getting closer. And 14 times 14 is 196. So remember, a square root has two answers, one positive and one negative. So I'm going to be looking for the negative root because they're talking about the negative answer of the square root. So 14 times 14 will give me 196, and I want the negative answer. So my answer is going to be negative 14. So nice job. Here's a little game we can play to review some different questions. So simplify the expression negative 4 times 3 times negative 1 times negative 2. Well, you got negative times a positive. Different signs are going to be negative. So that will give me 12, which is negative. And then I'm going to multiply that by a negative 1. So let's write that down there somewhere. So this gives me negative 12. And then I'm going to multiply that by negative 1. And that'll give me positive 12. And then I got to multiply that by negative 2. That'll give me negative 24. So my answer is going to be negative 24, and that looks like choice D. So let's click on D. Did we get it right? Yes, we did. So remember, when you're simplifying, multiplying, the same sign gives you positive, the different signs gives you negative. And here we had a lot of different signs. As a quick fact, if you have an odd number of negatives, that'll give you a negative. If you have an even number of negatives, that'll give you positive. Nice little shortcut. All right, let's go to the next one. Next. Oh, okay. Here's another interesting question. Find the sum. Let's see, where's my eraser tool? There it is down there. Find the sum of negative 4 and negative 2. Well, I'm going to write 4 little negative signs, and then next to it, I'm going to write 2 more negative signs. So remember, I have 4 negatives there, and I have 2 more negatives. So if I count them all up, 1, 2, 3, 4 black ones and 2 more. That gives me a total of 6 negatives. So if I press C and let me get my select tool back. Okay, that would be my answer, -6. So now we got to do subtraction. So subtraction, 3 letters come to mind. K, change, KCF, keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep -10, change the minus sign to addition, change the +4 to -4. Those are the rules for subtraction. You're adding the additive inverse, which means adding the opposite. So as before, as I drew all those negatives, I'm going to draw some more negatives. So I would draw 10 negative signs, and then I would draw 4 negative signs, or I would just say -14, since I'm drawing a whole lot of negative signs. So that would give me choice D as my answer. So remember, subtraction is really adding the opposite. So we would take the 10 and add, not subtract, the opposite of the second term. And that'll give us the answer to our problem. All right, let's look at the next question. And let's erase that stuff. Which expression is equivalent to 4r plus 9 plus r plus 2s minus 3? All right, we got some different choices here. So I see 9 plus 9 and a minus 3. Well, if I had 9 and I'm taking away 3, then that leaves me with 6. So automatically, I'm going to look at my answer choices and I'm going to look which one has plus 6. So B and D would be the first two I would look at. So now, let's see. R could stand for like raisins. If I had 4 raisins and 1 raisin, that would give me 5 raisins. So I would look and see which one has 5 raisins, and I see B has 5 raisins, while D has 7 raisins. But let me take a look at this S. I have +2 sandwiches, or +2S. So +2S, I cannot combine them with R because they're all different. So I would go with B as my choice. So B is the correct answer. 5R plus 2S plus 6. You can make columns, put your R's in there, your S's in one column, and your 6 constant in another column, which would be another way of adding your expression. The answer to division is called, well, let's see, product is the answer to multiplication. So that's not it. So product means times. Power means when you have something to the nth power. So that's an exponent. Sum means addition. So it's got to be D. So let's get my tool. And that's the answer to division. Quotient is the answer to division. And we're finished our little assessment, and we got 100. We have worked very well. We're fantastic. So I hope you got something out of this video. Check for your understanding. If you need to watch it again, please do. Rewind it and bring in your questions. I'll be glad to answer them tomorrow. If you need help again, the dial a teacher homework helpline is 212-777-3380. That's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's 212-777-3380. Remember, check out math time at 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Cablevision, channel 15. Again, this is Dr. Robinson, so I hope you enjoyed our show. See you on the next showing.